Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Andrew Zimmern, Spilled Milk Substack, Ask Me Anything edition. We have some great questions today, so let's get right to them. Hold on one second. Of course, it would have been nice if I found them, right? All right, Michael says, I have a pretty technical question. I'm intrigued. I'm making Chinese roast pork, and the marinade calls for pink curing salt, i.e. nitrites. Oh, yes. Once marinated, is it safe to bring the leftover marinade to a boil and reduce it down for use as a glaze or sauce? Or do I need to make that separately without curing salt? In other words, is it safe to consume sauce containing curing salt if boiled? Thanks in advance. Well, let's just remember a couple of things. Curing salt in very, very small amounts is not really harmful. However, in high enough doses, it can cause illness and even in some cases death. So I don't know if you have any comorbidities or other health issues like that. But pink salt is a salt that's used as a preservative when making hams and sausages and these types of things. And it should never be used like regular table salt. So the problem that I have, and I don't know the ratios that you're talking about, is that what's used in the marinade to impart its beneficial aspects might be in high enough supply that when you boil it, and by the way, boiling it to a certain point is actually worse for you, because boiling pink curing salt and especially getting it up over 350 degrees, which is why I have a problem with the char siu, the Chinese roast pork barbecue roast pork recipe in the first place. If you get it up over 350 degrees, they create nitrosamines. It's a chemical that does cause carcinogens to develop, and carcinogens cause cancer. So the question that I would throw back, the short answer is no, I wouldn't. Plus, the marinade would be too salty. I tend not to reduce marinades that have salt in them, because the salt is in a marinade is supposed to be at a high enough concentration to go into and penetrate whatever you're marinating in, as opposed to a sprinkle of seasoning. So then reducing is only going to strengthen that. I would suggest making your char siu, and there are fantastic recipes on so many great websites for that dish, especially on ones like The Walks of Life and China's Szechuan Obsession and some other ones that I happen to look at all the time and really love. You have so many other options, so why not just quit it, right? All right, let's see. What's the next question here? Holly asks, Andrew, can you tell me more about the Shun shears? Say that 3 times fast. Even with the discount. Oh, Holly is talking about, we have a 30% discount for anyone who joins with the paying membership for Spilled Milk. You get a 30% discount on your next Shun purchase. So if you're buying a $300 knife, that's $100 off. You'll make money, since Spilled Milk costs, well, I'm not sure what it costs right now, but I think it's around $50 a year. So, wow, that's crazy. Who's getting that incredible discount and passing that on to the... You know what you guys should be doing? Every one of you should, write 10 friends, email them, and say, join Spilled Milk now. You get a 30% discount on Shun knives, any Shun anything. You get a discount code right when you sign up, and then you can use it to get 30% off. And with the holidays coming up, how would you like to get a gift for someone you love that they'll use forever? Like a fantastic knife or a great set of shears, kitchen shears, that will last a lifetime, and you get a third off. All right, back to Holly's question. Even with the discount, they're still pretty expensive. all of Shun's stuff is fantastic. I would not categorize them as ultra expensive, but it's they're serious about their tools, and they're not cheap. They're not knives you buy at Target. In what ways will I find value in that purchase? Great question, Holly. Look at how she phrased that. In what ways will I find value in that purchase? Well, let's just state the obvious. If you take care of them, they'll last forever. All those other kitchen shears that you buy at, other places, other brands are not going to last forever. So that's number one. Oh, Holly goes on. I used Wusthof shears for a long time and loved them, but they inexplicably got rid of the bone notch. Yeah. I've been flailing to find some I love ever since. Well, get the Shun ones. They make several different kinds. Remember, Shun there are several different types of poultry shears there, but I know that they have one that has a bone notch because it's sitting in my drawer 3 feet over there. Personally, I'm not a fan of the screwdriver tip on the handles. Well, the ones that I have, I think there's a screwdriver tip on one of them, and I love it because anytime I need to fix my pepper grinders where those little tiny screws come loose, or other things in the kitchen, I don't have to go out to the garage where my tool set is. It's good. But Holly says, when exerting a lot of force with her shears, you come close to goring yourself with that thing. Oh, so here's the deal. Holly, you should never be exerting that much pressure on a kitchen shear. On the outside of the loop, right? If you're using a scissors, there's 2 loops. On the outside and bottom is a tiny little screwdriver tip. If you have your fingers in the loops, it's impossible, no matter how hard you're squeezing, for your hand to come in contact with that screwdriver tip. But I bet what's happening is you're trying to cut through like a turkey bone or something like that, a bigger bone, and you're squeezing it from the outside or putting your opposing hand using the 2-hand method, in which case, if it slipped, if your hands are wet, greasy from the poultry fat, sure, I can see how that would happen. But here's the deal. And I just dealt with this today. I carved a turkey 2 weeks ago using only a Shun kitchen shears. I mean, I use my Shun kitchen shears for everything. I can't tell you how many things. Cleaning fish, cleaning chicken, carving birds, because I can do all kinds of stuff with it and then just slice the breast. So I did that with an 18-pound turkey. Went right through did everything that I wanted it to do. Today, I was recording an episode of Wild Game Kitchen, and I took my Shun shears, and I went to cut through a pheasant bone, and it was one of those, it just wouldn't go. And I was trying and exerting myself, and I just said, something, that's stupid. I'm using the wrong tool. And I got out my small cleaver, cut it, and that was it. Kitchen shears are a magical tool in the kitchen. They take the place of so many other tools. I use them instead of paring knives and can go through 3, 4, 5 string beans at a time and take the tips off. I can butcher fish and poultry and meat. I love my shears. But at the end of the day, there's always a job that they can't do, and you got to switch to something else in your kitchen drawer. So that's it. I hope everybody is well and fantastic. What am I doing? I'm off to do a family dinner and do some more episodes of the Silos Baking Competition in Waco. Back home for a night, then out to LA for a couple days for a conference. And I'm excited because I'm going to try to go out and eat Thai food. I'm probably going to venture to. I've got a craving that only Jitlada can satisfy. Do you ever have that feeling? I have that. Why am I asking you a question? It's not ask you anything. It's ask me anything. So Bob from Toronto writes, if you're in LA for one night, where are you eating? I'm doing that next week. I'm going to Jitlada. See you all later.